Alright, welcome to Football Mad. Today's video is Manchester United 1998-99 treble winning team versus Arsenal's Invincibles versus Manchester City Centurions combined 11. When you think about the best Premier League era team, you think of the record-breaking seasons that define a season that won't be topped by another team. And you have three such teams in the English Premier League. Manchester United's 1998-99 season is a remarkable season that no Premier League team in any season before, or at least up to now, has matched. To this date, no other team in Premier League history has won the treble, and Manchester United completed it in legendary fashion. Every English football fan has heard the famous five-word piece of commentary, and Solskjaer has won it. The final 2 minutes of the season's biggest game in club football, where Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won the 1999 UEFA Champions League final held at Barcelona's Camp Nou Stadium in a 2-1 win against Bayern Munich with 2 stoppage time goals, was the difference between a run-of-the-mill Manchester United season to history being made. The 2003-04 season, when the Premier League trophy became gold, quite literally. Just the season before, Sir Alex Ferguson laughed off Arsene Wenger as being insane when he said his Arsenal side can go a season unbeaten. Fast forward to the following season, and his bold claim became written and cemented in history, when Arsenal went the whole 38-game league campaign without losing a single game, a feat that had never before and hasn't been achieved since in the Premier League. Not only did they go the season unbeaten, they clinched the title against none other than Tottenham Hotspur, and had the pleasure of celebrating a historic and golden title win in front of their rival fans, just to rub it in. Manchester City, before their big money takeover in 2008, never would have thought outside of their wildest dreams that they would be the dominant team in Manchester, after decades of Premier League dominance from their local rivals Manchester United. Not even their most famous league triumph, though. In the 2017-18 season, Manchester City became the first team in English top-flight history to reach a century of points in a single league campaign. By far the most dominant Premier League team in a long time, Manchester City have got a total of 365 points out of a possible 456 in the previous 4 seasons. No team has come close to getting that many points in the same amount of seasons. And the 2017-18 season is a prime example of what a record-breaking season means, including most points, 100, most away points, 50, most points ahead of second, 19, most wins, 32, most away wins, 16, most goals, 106, best goal difference, plus 79, and most consecutive victories, 18. All 3 of these teams has valid calls for calling themselves the best Premier League team of all time. But who would actually make a combined 11 from these teams? Only including players based on these specific seasons and not those players' overall careers. Who would make it in? I will use a 4-4-2 since it's the formation used by 2 out of 3 of those teams. Goalkeeper, Ederson. Over the span of his career, Peter Schmeichel would easily be recognised as the better goalkeeper of the 3 options. But Ederson had a much better season. Only 36 goals conceded, more than 20 less than Schmeichel, 12 less than Jens Lehmann, and more clean sheets than both, with 21 clean sheets. Ederson goes between the sticks for this team. Right back, Gary Neville. One of the best fullbacks defensively in English Football League history, he was instrumental in Manchester United winning the league, but it wasn't his defending that won them the title. A pinpoint pass to Andy Cole in the final game of the season versus Tottenham, which was converted, was the play that allowed them to lift the trophy. Centre-backs, Vincent Kompany and Sol Campbell. Jaap Stam was an option, but when discussing the best centre-backs, his name doesn't tend to get mentioned. However, Sol Campbell's quality as a defender is undeniable. Easily Arsenal's best defender in more than 2 decades, and it was Arsenal's formidable defence that prevented them from losing any games that season. And Vincent Kompany, captain, leader. When Vincent Kompany left Manchester City, it was clear he was what made the team click. From 100 points and 98 points, they only managed 81 in the season he went to Anderlecht and finished miles behind eventual league winners Liverpool. Unquestionably one of the best captains and defenders in Premier League history. Left back, Ashley Cole. The best fullback the Premier League has had so far. Never put a foot wrong. Simple as that. Midfielders, Patrick Vieira and Kevin De Bruyne. For the holding midfielder role, you had Fernandinho, Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira. Vieira, in my opinion, is the better overall player of the three. A player Arsenal still haven't been able to replace. Arsenal haven't won a league title since he left, and was clearly essential in them achieving league dominance. When an unbeaten team fails to defend their league title the following season without one player, you know he was a key part of that team and the difference between a run-of-the-mill top 4 team and one of the best teams in English football history. Paul Scholes could have got in next to him as a player who gets into most people's best Premier League teams of all time, but with 12 goals and 21 assists, it was only ever going to be Kevin De Bruyne getting into this combined 11, considering the players as they were in these respective seasons only. Kevin De Bruyne was the best attacking midfielder in the world at this point, and he didn't even play in an advanced attacking role. Paul Scholes doesn't even come close to that many goal contributions, with less than half than what De Bruyne got. David Silva with 24 goal contributions that season is also an honourable mention, but in a 4-4-2 and De Bruyne's ability to be so effective from a deeper midfield role fits snug in midfield for this team. Right midfield, Raheem Sterling. 23 goals and 17 assists. 40 goal contributions. Freddie Nonberg and David Beckham between them got 44. 2 players and only 4 more goals. They were quality, but those stats from Sterling were sensational and was a big reason why Manchester City broke the goal-scoring record that season, so he gets the nod on the right-hand side. Left midfield, Robert Perez. One of the most underrated Premier League wingers of all time. When Arsenal sold Marc Overmars, people were baffled and didn't think Arsenal would be able to get a player of the same calibre to replace him. But Perez became an instant replacement and was even better. 32 goal contributions in the 2003-04 season. It was him that set up Henry with goal after goal, and without them two, Arsenal would have had no chance of going unbeaten or even winning the league. Strikers, Thierry Henry and Dwight Yorke. Leaving out Sergio Aguero, who scored 30 goals in Manchester City Centurion campaign, was difficult. And while Dennis Bergkamp would easily get into an all-time Premier League team, his numbers in the 2003-04 season just don't match up to Aguero or the 2 players I've picked. Dwight Yorke was the complete package for Manchester United. Usually, with 2 up front, one of the strikers will be the clear goal scorer, and the other will provide that player with those goals. But Dwight Yorke did both. Not only did he get 20 assists, but he also scored 29 goals that season. Thierry Henry was the easiest inclusion in this whole team. A goal-scoring machine and the best Premier League player ever so far. 39 goals and 18 assists. Players playing for Premier League teams don't regularly contribute 57 goals in a season. Thierry Henry isn't just any Premier League player though. He's the best of a high-quality bunch. With 5 Arsenal, 4 Manchester City and 2 Manchester United players, that's my combined 11. Feel free to leave yours in the comments. Also, a team is more than just individual players, or even a starting 11. It's all about the whole squad contributing and performing at their best all season. So, regardless of how many players get into a combined 11, the best team here is still debatable. Let me know in the comments which team you think is the best Premier League era team so far. This channel is football mad, and so are you. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe to see more.